Hi, my name is Jim Higgins, and I'm a person in recovery, in long-term recovery, and by that I mean I have not had a drink, or a drug for that matter, since January 9th, 2007. And it wasn't always that way. I'm 57 years old. I, um, I grew up in Manchester, Connecticut, and led a fairly normal life for most of my life through my adulthood. Started drinking when I was in high school, very minimally, just drinking with the guys and having fun every once in a while, and non-alcoholically. And my story of my addiction was one of drinking that progressed, because in college it just became a little bit more, more intense, and then law school a little bit more intense, and I was a lawyer for years, and was a functioning alcoholic lawyer for many years. And my drinking became alcoholic sometime in my 30s, when it started controlling me, and I wasn't controlling it anymore. And it led to my being institutionalized voluntarily in 1994 for the first time, and which is when I started on the road of recovery. And so my road of recovery goes back to 1994, but for 12 years I was on and off it, on it most of the times, and at one time for a 5-year stint, but off it at times too, because I was trying to control the disease rather than surrendering to it. And the disease led me to some bad places, and to which I fully take all responsibility and gleefully went, because it is a disease. And though I was a real good lawyer, a pillar of the community, I would have these times when I would drink, and I would be doing these not so good things, like being a terrible father, being a terrible spouse, and just not being there, because I was enslaved. And the most important thing to me when I was active in my addiction was just getting that next drink, whether it meant a 6-pack of beer or a pint of vodka. Whenever I could I would, and led me to some dark places later on. Back in 2005 and 2006, I went on a two-year bender. Not being constantly drunk, but always being at paramount on my mind, and the disease led me to places that I thought I'd never go. I was never arrested in my life until my 50s, and in my 50s I picked up 3 charges. First, a drunk driving, then a larceny. I started taking money from my law firm, which I immediately became ashamed of, but as I've gotten sober and remained sober, even more and more ashamed of, because I took money from my own firm and guys I'd been partners with for 20 years, and that's the kind of behaviors that I was exhibiting back then. And then I needed another drunk driving after that, and which led me to another hospitalization, although it wasn't. It was a detox, and then I went to a place called High Watch Farm in Kent, Connecticut, and that was in late 2006, and which is when I really started recovery. I said earlier I had been in and out of recovery, but kind of doing it my own way for about a dozen years, and it took what it took, back then, for my life really to begin again, and it did begin again, and it began in a very low place. I found myself when the wreckage had cleared, having foregone the opportunities that I had had earlier, financial opportunities. I no longer could practice law. I no longer had a job. I had given up a 6-figure income. I no longer had the 10-room house that I had. No longer had the retirement account that I had. I virtually lost everything financial that I had ever had. So, but I remember sitting there about a year sober, getting ready to go to prison, actually, thinking of all the stuff that had happened and all the financial loss I had I was okay, and my family was okay. My kids were okay. My wife was okay, and my other family was okay, because I was back. And since then I have come up onto other opportunities. I now manage a recovery community center in Hartford, and it's not the most lucrative job I've ever had, but it's the best job I've ever had, and I love what I do, and I'm fulfilled every day. I've been, as I said, I've been sober for about 6.5 years now, and am present to wherever I am, I have friends that I've had all my life, but I appreciate the friends I've had all my life. I'm contributing to people's lives again, including my kids, you know, and it's just, it's great to be alive. I have foregone a lot of financial opportunities, but you know, even some of those are starting to come back. And if that's the worst hit I ever take, it's a lesson well learned. I love life again. I have, you know, I live in a great community, have great friends. My kids are thriving. I am thriving, and you know, I get up every day just wanting to face, not face the day, but enjoy the day and all the opportunities that it has, and that's sobriety, and that's life, and you know, and that's me now. So I'm just grateful to be able to give you this message, and thank you.